Okay, we are going. So I hope you can hear me. Anyway, as I was saying, when you talk about getting your gluteals on board and woke up, sit to stand is a big deal. So I'm going to go through some motions with no weight, just for a warm up, and it's going to involve sitting on your chair. It's going to involve standing, stepping, lifting. And see, whenever I lift, I feel that chair with my heel. See that? So I'm going to come back. I'm going to sit. And when I sit, when you sit, pay close attention to what's going on with your knees, your hip hinge. When I go to stand up, I'm going to push out, okay? I'm going to push out with my body trajectory, but I'm going to say rib cage up, because when people do this move, it's this move for the next 2 inches is where you start to curl under or flex your back. I don't want you to flex your back when you're doing this very important sit to stand progression. Then I'm going to put my foot on my pillow, and I'm going to lift my heel until I feel the chair, okay? It's a target right there. Now, the thing you should notice when you're doing this little simple warm-up is when you go to sit to stand, some of you are very narrow. Don't keep your knees together, okay? Don't do what your mom told you. Open those knees. You should be laughing. You have to laugh at some of this stuff. Anyway, look at here. At least shoulder width apart. Then you come into here, and it's right here that many of you lose it. Because you know what you do? You flex your back. You cave with your knees, or you open with your knees. But the biggest thing is you don't do that hip hinge, okay? So then you go step, and then when you go to lift this heel, do it with control. You tap that chair with your heel. And here's what's crucial. You may think this is such a simple move. It is not. Because whenever I do this, I will guarantee you that many of you did this. You turned even a little bit. You turned, and when you turn even a little bit, your toe out to lift it, you don't get into these gluteals that I'm wanting you to wake up, okay? So the tummy is tight, the knee is soft. When you go to lift the heel to just tap that chair, you make sure that the back of the heel is touching the chair, not the side of your foot. That's very important. Okay, ready? So shoulder width, push back. I call it shining your tail lights, okay? Because if you just think about what a lot of therapists tell you is they'll say knees over toes. Well, I don't want you to do that excessively, but I do want you to push your butt back, okay? So here we go. Back up. Then I'm going to step with the other leg, and I'm going to soften the knee. I'm going to say rib cage up, tuck my chin, and I'm going to go tap. And then I'm going to come here, and go down. And I'm going to find where my target is. And why do I tell you to do this? Yeah, you could sit down with your hands out here. However, many of us drift when we're doing a movement type thing along with the sit to stand. So let's stand, opposite leg up now, okay? And if you can't remember which one, we'll pick one of them. You'll hit it about 50% of the time. That should have made you laugh. I was going to say, well, if you can't remember, it's another class I got to do. It's a whole different thing. Actually not. To tell you the truth, actually, by moving, especially doing left, right, left motions, that is very right hooking up your right to left brain. A lot of this thing about warming up actually has to do with that very phenomenon. Okay, so here I am. Tuck, ribcage up, soften the knee. And I want to touch the back of my heel to the chair. Then I'm going to open. Then I'm going to go like this. But when you see this, I may not say it every time, but I'm saying rib cage up. And I'm going into my heels. And I'm making sure that I'm going to sit on a chair. Okay? Don't go fast because you drift and you might not hit your chair, which would not be pretty. Okay? Soften, rib cage up, get ready to lift. Just tap it and then come back down and come back down. Now we're going to stay right here. Okay, we're going to do some repeats. So we're going to go down, take a big breath. Now, here's your target. Don't move your feet. And even if you don't move your feet, you need to understand that some of us will drift, okay? And we'll drift, we'll lean in too much or back or over, and we don't realize it because our proprioception is not quite where it should be, okay? That's why I'm saying you can go ahead and just find your chair. You don't have to use your hands to help yourself down, but find it and then go right into it. But before you go into it, I want you to feel a pronounced push into the, everybody should be screaming, heels. Yes, into the heels. And come back, take a breath. We're going to do two more because we're doing some warm up involving muscles that we're going to be working on and lifting. One more, and then up. Then I'm going to go 1 foot. I'm going to do a repeat tap. But here's the deal. Now your proprioception comes into play big time. Keep your shoulders down, your chin tucked, tight tummy. I'm going to keep my knees soft, and I'm tapping. Okay, but if you get off, lower your center of gravity. Use the very muscles that we're trying to wake up. See that? Now I'm going to add a little complexity. I'm going to bring my hands in and open into like a T, okay? So stay tucked, stay down, open the elbows back, and the shoulder blades gently pull in. See that? Keep your knees soft. Breath. Keep soft. Try to stay into the front leg. Okay? So this one should feel a lot of pressure because you have started your weight training program, your whole body weight on that leg, right? Now I'm going to put the other foot up, soften the knee, drop the shoulders, keep my tummy super tight, okay? And then what am I going to do right down here? If I notice that I'm turning out already, don't do that. Bring it down, lower your center of gravity. Don't do your hands right now. Just try to maintain and squeeze that butt. If you want to, you can bring your arms in and out, okay, in this position. And what I'm looking for, and what I would be doing if I were just with you, is I would say, pull the elbows back enough that you're feeling your shoulder blades squeeze together. So keep your chin tucked, breath, chin tucked, breath. And if you can, try to keep that leg right here straight. It's a real temptation to bend it at the knee. Try to squeeze the gluteal and pull that heel while you're keeping your balance here. Okay, now come back off that, come back off that. Big breath. I'm going to use the same target pad, but I'm not going to put my feet on it right now. Okay, so now I'm going to do some hip adductors and abductors, taking away, adding to the body. Okay, And how am I going to do that? I'm going to drop my shoulders. Now pay attention. What if I was holding two 10-pound weights right here? Okay. If I were holding two 10-pound weights, which I'm going to do in just a moment, that I'm prepping you, my knees would be bent, but really important, my rib cage would be up, because I do not want to go into this with a rounded back. So when I shift and I have weights, whoa, shoulders down, rib cage up, boom. And then you come into this move right here, okay? So we're going to do one last move in this kind of warm up that's ushering us into strength work, because anytime you demand that your leg, one leg or the other leg, hold your body weight, you have started strength work, okay? So you're going to keep this knee soft. Now let me tell you, when you go to lift, you're going to want to turn that leg. Don't do it. You're going to want to lock this leg. Don't do it. Okay, so I'm right here, straight, straight, straight. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Tummy is in tight. I'm going to shift while I push my butt back. My knee is soft. Got my weights. Boom. But I don't turn my toe, right? I come up, but I don't turn my toe. Shift. See that shift? Boom. This is a lot of core, back extensor, stability, hip stability work right here. This is a big deal. Shift. Don't turn that toe up. Don't do it. Here we go. Right here. Get ready. Soft here. Soft here. The ankle leads on this one. And I can't even tell you how many times in my classes with people personally that I was training, the minute I do this move, they are turning their toe up, because it's easy to do it with the stronger muscles, not so easy to do it with those weaker muscles. So turn the toe down almost. And then you want to do, you might say, well, how many? Well, number one, Kathy can tell us how many, but you want to do at least 10, if not 12 to 15. Shift, squeeze the butt, keep the toe headed down. Don't lean excessively in your upper body. What do I mean by that? Well, on this side, if I'm not thinking, boy, do I want to lean excessively, because see, that's a cheater move. I learned that from my class. But I'm trying not to. So I'm going to go shift, and I'm going to stay upright by saying rib cage up. I'm not going to let myself do this, because if I do this, see, this comes up super easy, because I don't have to use any of those deep, deep internal muscles. I don't have to use any of those little guide wires. I just use these big old muscles, see? And I just use the big muscles. So beware. That is a real risk in this move. Okay, and if you do 10, 10 to 15 of these, and you really are doing them right, and you're not jerking, and you're really squeezing the muscle to get that move, you're going to feel this deep in your back, in your core, and in all around the hip. Okay, breath. Yeah, then I'm going to step back, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to step. See that? I'm going to bring it up. Now this seems super, no challenge, no big deal, right? But I pretend I got weights, okay? And you can have whatever weights you feel like, as long as you're aware of what you're doing with your body alignment. So see, I'm going to go like this, still have weights, I'm pretending. See that? I'm behind my pillow or disc or whatever you want to call it. I've tightened in my stomach, as I know all of you have. And I'm going to go cross and up. See that? Then I'm going to take the back leg and bring it forward. Okay? I got weights. So all of this is going to intensify the minute we get our weights in our hands. Okay? So see how I'm walking back in my path? And what am I doing? I've created targets that you have to work around for a reason. You need to be aware of your surroundings, okay? Where you need to be looking. And I would prefer that when you do look, that you drop your chin, turn and look, drop your chin, turn and look, and move with your whole body and look, see? Instead of this. We don't want to do that, okay? So now I'm going to go the other way. Are you ready? Tight tummy, got my weights in my hands. I'm going to go across and up, trying to dodge my little pillow here, okay? Then I'm going to bring the back leg up and bring the leg together and move it over, move it over, move it. So this kind of ambulation from right to left, crossing over midline, walking backwards, all of this is synonymous with hip function and doing it better, okay? So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick up some weights. Now, this is my first weight, so I'm not going to pick up the heaviest, okay, that I'm actually targeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up my lighter weight to start with, okay? So I've picked up, it can be a 5 or a 6. That's light for me. Light for you might be 2, might be 3, okay? So depending on who you are, even 4, all right? So just be careful with that and be real with what you can handle, all right? So here I am. I'm going to do a little bit different move. I'm going to step forward like we practiced. My weights are right here in front of me. I'm going to get those shoulder blades on board. See that? I'm going to come to the W. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to push them out to the T. Then I'm going to bring them into the W. Then I'm going to bring them down. Okay? So here we go. It's going to be a pull, open to the W, open to the T. So we're going to press our palms down. I'm on my toe in the back. I'm stepping on my unstable surface, my pila. Then I'm going to bring them in. It rotates. I come into the W, and then I plunge them down. See that? Big breath into the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, you ready? So right now, the knee is soft. The rib cage goes up. I'm going to go pull. My shoulder blades are going in. I'm going to go out here to the W. See that? Then I'm going to go to the T. I'm going to keep my arms just a little bit soft. Come back into the W and then plunge down. Okay? One more. Rib cage up, shoulders down. Breathe into the nose. Pull. Go right into that W. Push out into your palm down T. And I'm on my toe in the back, and I'm unstable on the front end. Okay? And back down. And then back off and back off. Now, you should really be feeling a little burn right in through that front leg. So you're going to turn your toe out. See that? So one toe is straight, one toe is out. Okay? Keep your tummy tight, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, if you really want to make this breathing thing work, yes, you need to go in through the nose and out through the nose. However, when you do that, you need a Kleenex nearby. And at first you'll say, I just can't do that. I just can't do that. I can't get enough air. Well, keep doing it. It opens up pathways that you don't know anything about by just doing that. Plus, very hard to talk when you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. It's very difficult. When I was teaching this principle, Bob would say, you need to do that regularly. You have to laugh at these little remembrances, right? That only I would know. Okay, bend that knee, okay? Now we're on that front, and some of you have scrunched up your toes. Yes, I know. So bend the knee, say rib cage up. I'm on my toe in the back to keep myself level. So it's a kickstand. I'm going to go pull. I'm going to go out to my W, just like that. Okay. I'm going to go out to my T. I'm going to change this up just a little bit. I just want you to get kind of in the move again. See that? W. And then we plunge and we go down. But this time, what we're going to do is we're going to constantly say shoulders down, in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. And I'm going to go one at a time. I'm going to come up. Now for my shoulder people, drop your shoulders, rib cage up. And you see, I'm not going up straight. See that? My elbow is soft, okay? In through the nose, I'm really getting a hit on this leg that's forward on the pillow. See this? So it's a forward move. Yeah, see that arm extension there? Breath, flexion, extension, flexion. And we'll do extension in a minute. Okay, bring it right up here. We're just going to do a few more. Watch carefully. Look at the level that I go. See, I don't go past my chin. Yeah, I don't go past my chin ever. Not on this move. Shoulders down, rib cage up. Right here, it's under your chin. Your elbow is soft. Keep your shoulders down. And notice I'm doing this with a lighter weight. Okay, your front leg, if you're on a pillow, an unstable pillow, and you're keeping your line, keeping your knee soft, it should be getting your attention. Okay, breath. Okay, now bring it up right there and come in just to my shoulder. That's a test. See, if you're out here and you bring it in and you're up here and you bring it down, then you know you went too high. That's number one. Number two, where is your elbow in relationship to your wrist, in relationship to your shoulder that you're tapping on? Okay, so that's a little test to see how you're doing with the lift. Okay, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Elbow is soft. Keep it under the chin. And now bring her back. And pretend I'm right there with you. And I'm keeping your elbow level with the same plane as your wrist, as your shoulder. And then I go back out and I bring it down. Okay, we're going to do that one more time on both sides. This knee is soft. Rib cage is up, shoulders are down, right there, right there. See, I'm right at my shoulder, my elbow is right in line, and I bring her down. We come up, we come right in here. The elbow's not up here, and it's not down here. Now, some of you have significant shoulder issues, and this may really kick you. You may not be able to do it because of whatever's going on with your shoulder. Go lower. Just go lower, okay? You don't have to go up as high. Your goal is to be able to come at shoulder height, press out, press in, down. Your elbow needs to be, that's our goal. The elbow needs to be at least at shoulder height with my wrist in line. Not this, okay? That's a big deal. And then come off. By this time, after going through that, this should be kicking. This should be kicking pretty hard. Okay, now I got that going. I'm going to go ahead and change my weights. Why? I don't know. It's just fun to change your weights. And I'm going to put my weight training gloves on, which I should have done in our warm-up, but I forgot. We were having so much fun. Okay. So some of you might say, oh, I don't have any weight training gloves. Well, just get an old pair of gloves that fit you well. Chop off the fingertips so you can feel what you're grabbing, or get biking gloves, and they will be fine. You're keeping your hands warm. It will help your function. It will help your grip. Okay. So now I'm going to 10 pounds. Okay. I didn't change. Yeah, I did. Okay. So now I have 10 pounds. Those of you with our changeable weights that you've gotten from me, I'm working on a 30-pound set here. So your poundage would be 9. It goes up in 3-pound increments. So these go up in 5-pound increments. And I have a couple, 30-pounders. Okay, are you ready? Take a big breath. Yes. I'm just going to stand right here behind the pillow. See, just like this. And I'm just going to push my butt back. And I got my weights here. Okay. I'm going to come down. I'm going to pull right up and come back. So I'm right up and come back. And here's the thing. I am not doing this. I'm keeping my chin tucked. I'm going to come up and pull my elbows back. So it's a pull, breath, pull, breath, pull, breath. So I'm not only working through my shoulder blades because I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder blades, keep my shoulders down, stay into your heels. I'm staying down because I'm trying to create a big workload for your quads. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Stay down, keep your chin tucked. Woo! Breath, go. Breath, heels, go. 2 more. 1 more. And come back. Yay. Okay, now we're going to change your focus. I'm in front of my chair, right? We practice this, right? Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm working up some heat. So I'm going to put my overhead fan on, okay? And anytime you're working on a stationary cycle or you're working weights or whatever, get a fan on you. It helps your heart to work toward your fitness goal, not just to keep you cool, okay? If that makes any sense. You do want a little fan on you, especially as you have your birthdays over 50. Heat and not being used to how, having your body handle the heat issue, that is a worst enemy. Okay, so just put a little fan on you. It's that simple. Okay, so here I am. I have my 10-pound weights in both hands. So I'm going to be standing and sitting with 20 pounds. Now, some of you may elect to just hang on to these weights and put it right here. That's perfectly fine. And it's a good central way to come up with a workload because you're in effect putting on a backpack, basically. Some of you may want to bring it up here. It may feel, better to you. Either way, do not jump. Do not use momentum to get yourself up. Check and see if, in fact, you can maintain this. But let me caution you. When you go into this move and you get ready to really stand up with 20 extra pounds on you or whatever weight it is you chose, you will build up a lot of pressure if you hold your breath. Do not do that. Okay, so breathe in through the nose, go into the heels, exhale. Okay, don't hold your breath in that move. Now we're going to do this systematically, so hang on. If you like them here, just hold on to them right here. You don't have to bring your elbows way up, just hold on to them here so they don't slip. Or you can hold on to them right here. See, it's okay. Shoulders down, rib cage up, whichever way you choose. Now as I go down, I feel the pressure increasing. I look under to make sure I'm going to sit on my chair. Okay? Breathe in and exhale. Do not hold your breath. Do not jump to get momentum to carry you up. This move right here is probably one of the most important moves of today. Because if you get this right, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't jerk. Don't hold your breath. Exhale as you go down. Breathe in. Exhale as you come up. You should be feeling this in your quads. A lot of back extensor in a good way, not a bad way. If you keep your rib cage up and you did the whole first part of our warm up as we moved into loading, and I went over this very move very carefully because I do not want you to flex your back. Say rib cage up right now. Shine your tail lights. Keep your chin tucked. In through the nose. Exhale. Okay, now stay with me. Right now, how many of you have squeezed your butt? I thought so. Squeeze your butt when you stand up. Now release. Okay, now we're going to get with it. We got it. Don't go fast, but stay with me. Exhale. Squeeze. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you're breathing too much volume of air, you might feel like, oh, I'm getting a little dizzy. That's just a little bit of a hyperventilation. So you don't want to do that. Basically, what you want to do when you're doing a move like this is you just want to keep breathing. Just don't hold your breath. You don't have to puff and pull large volumes of air, okay? But I want you to be able to do this workload, steady state, working the muscles that are supposed to be worked with this, not hurting through my back, through my hips, lined up, my shoulders are down, my chin is tucked, breathing in, exhaling. Notice right now as you go down and up, what are you doing with those knees? When you start getting tired, some of you are going to start buckling. So generally when somebody does this and I'm with them personally, I'm standing right in front of them. Sometimes I even put a ball right between their legs, a big one, so that if they start to buckle, they squeeze. Breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth, just keep breathing. Okay, hang with me, just got 3 more, stay with me. Breath, are you squeezing? Here we go, squeeze, right there, squeeze. Release. Woo! Come up, squeeze, release. One more. Here we go. Squeeze, release. Now, grab those weights right down here. Go into a semi, like a high squat. See? High squat. Bring those weights right here. Now I want you to stay right into this move, okay? So it's not a low squat. It's not standing up. It's like you're perching yourself on a stool, a high stool. Okay, once you've done that, then you take your heavier weights, just like this. Say rib cage up, and you come in and you tap, and you tap, and you tap. Breath, nose, nose, breath, breath, breath. Hang in there. Bring it almost to straight on. Not quite. You want to kind of have a little tension there. But you're coming all the way to the thigh. Stay down there. Stay into your heels. Stay into your heels. Breath, 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 push down. Stand up. Woo! All right. Step. The weights are in front. See that? Now, just now when I did that, I stepped on my pillow. Sorry, Mac, my dog, is in your way of seeing what I'm doing with my foot. Mac, come over here and sit. Come on, Mac, sit. He's like, no. It reminds me of a bratty kid. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, there are bratty kids. They have their moments of wonder. Oh, but okay, here we go. See this? Now I'm going to lift that back leg. See this? My shoulders are down. Breathe in, lift, squeeze. Breathe in, lift, squeeze. Don't let this knee rock and roll on you. It's going to want to. Try to keep it stable. Yeah. Hold your ground. Open your toes. Squeeze. Yeah, keep your shoulders down. Shoulder blades are squeezing gently. 2 more. One more. Okay, come back. So, even though you're lifting the back leg, you're like, wow, I'm really feeling the tension and the pressure on the front leg. Yes, because your front leg was holding your whole body weight plus whatever weight you picked up. So, however, the move is such a good one because this is adding strength and loading to your whole frame. This little move that I worked you into, okay? So here I am, my knee is soft, my rib cage is up. What is my propensity on this side where my hip is replaced? To lean, and I don't want to lean. So I may not pull my leg up that far, okay? I don't want to lean because I'm doing this move probably as much for my core and shoulder as I am for my hip and leg, okay? So if I have to tap down and straighten each time I'm going to, and I'm going to take special notice of on my weak side, what in the heck am I doing with my foot? If you're on an unstable surface like I am right now, when you release and you come up and squeeze that butt, whoa, it's having to do a lot of work to keep you on target. Stay with it. Don't be discouraged. And if you need to, let's say your balance is super bad on that side. Well, okay, put your weight down on that side. Keep the load on one of the arms and put your hand here to keep you upright, okay? And pull the shoulder in and back. See, lifting. My knee is soft, but I'm not struggling. See, that's the benefit of using appropriate props, okay? Keep that shoulder pulling down and in. The shoulder goes down and into the back, down and into the back, down and into the back. Oh, breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Keep your knee soft, keep your knee soft. Put it on that leg as much as you can. Try not to lean too much on your hand here. You'll feel it. Oh, and bring it back and bring it down, okay? So just understand which is your side that you have to use some props on to keep your alignment. So you're going to hear alignment, alignment, alignment for anybody that really studies and wants to do the best for osteoporosis, arthritis, a whole host of issues. Think of your line, and sometimes you need to use a prop, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to go out, out. See that? So So I'm wide now, right? I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to come down with both of those weights. I'm going to come down, 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 right there, and then press, 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 and pull back. So this is a heavier weight, okay? So this has to do with not only your back, your hips, your legs. Make sure you're not leaning too far into your little toe. Keep grounded, okay? Keep your knees pointing forward. You're coming down, you're coming down, you're coming down till you press those weights into the ground, into the pillow, then you come up and you pull back. Drop your shoulders. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Push your butt really hard back. Down, 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 down. Come down one more inch. Into the heels, one more inch. Come back. Woo! Okay. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Little tiny bit of a knee bend. Come in here, pull, push, and then push. Okay? Caution. You've got a heavier weight. If you're a shoulder person, be very circumspect. That means thinking. Drop your shoulders. Just go out for just a second. Bring it back in. Release. Whew. So this is a heavier weight that you're asking your whole thoracic spine region to handle. Your shoulders are working in concert with your lower back, mid back, upper back, okay? It's a heavier weight. You won't even notice the stuff that's happening with a lighter weight, but if you should have a heavier weight, you should be noticing. So here I'm gonna come in, I'm right here. I'm gonna push my butt back. We're gonna go all the way down, go a little lower with your butt, a little lower with your butt, not your head, your butt. Okay, now come up, 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 pull them in, press out. Press out. Shoulders are down. When you push out, you just push out where you can handle it. Keep your shoulders down. Duh. Breath. Duh. Breath. Keep your knees soft. It's a wide stance. Duh. In through the nose. Out through the mouth if possible. Ooh. In, push. Push. And back down. Back down. Shoulders. Shoulders. Release your grip. Shoulders. Release your grip. See, I'm just letting them ride. Right up my thigh here. Right off the tips of my fingers. I'm not gripping, but my shoulders are working. I'm into my heels. My knees are soft. My rib cage is up. And I'm doing constant shoulder shrugging with heavier weights right now. Breath, breath, into the nose, out through the mouth. Just 2 or 3 more. Here we go. Here we go. And here we go. Ah, all right. Bring those legs in. I'm going to rack my 10-pound weights. I'm going to go up 1. So for those of you with weights from class that go to 18, it should be, if you go up 1 more, my heaviest here is 15. It would be 12 for you, or 15, whichever that you like. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, big breath. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to grab them, but here's the deal. When you grab weights, especially a heavy weight, I don't care if this is a pail of water, I don't care if it's a ball, I don't care if it's a kid. You got to really think about how you're moving, okay? You step wide, number 1. Push that butt back, number 2. Shoulders are down, rib cage is up, because when you go to grab that weight, you do not want to strain your back. And really, the only way you're going to strain your back is if you're picking it up with a rounded back. Okay. So, yes, I have to work constantly at not leaning with my hip replace side. That is a real deal. And I think of people with multiple hips replaced, and I'm like, oh, I know how hard it is. But what we tend to do, especially when we're doing a carry like we're doing right now, now I have 30 pounds, we tend to, instead of ambulating by lowering our center of gravity and making our muscles in our quad and our hip take this, you know what we do? We kind of lock our leg and we do this kind of a thing. Do, 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 do. You don't want to do that, okay? So be very mindful of your ambulation, especially when you have weights, okay, or a heavy load. And this is a traditional carry. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to lower my center of gravity so that I keep working my foot like it's supposed to, which is a heel toe kind of a motion. But I'm not doing that excessive wobble. See, I'm using the bigger muscles, the stronger muscles everywhere. I'm bypassing the very muscles that I need to get stronger. So I hope this is resonating with some of you and people that join me on YouTube. Again, it's Fitness Concepts with an S, and then plus, because I have some cooking classes. I'm trying to get to where I can load them in a couple a month or a couple, every other week or so of my little recipes that will be helpful to everyday eating, especially with whole foods, less oil, and whole foods cooking. Okay, see how I'm just kind of I'm carrying, and I'm working at not over leaning. Now I'm going to take this into a lower chair sit. Okay, little tip. If you tend to have wonky hips and you're not quite as strong as you want to be, and you know that sitting lower into a regular chair is really hard for you, then put your little pad on your chair. Raise it just 2 inches. It could be a pillow of some sort. And y'all know this. Anytime you've been around people that have a hard time standing out of their chairs, if you put a pillow in it, then it's much easier for them. Well, my intent is not to make this easier for you. My intent is to get you to use progression. And we have heavy weights today. I'm sitting in a normal chair height, okay? How do I know that? I know that because my knee and my hip are in the same plane. See, my knee's not going down and it's not up, meaning I'd be in a really low bench, okay? But if you have wonky hips, you get that little pillow and put it under your butt. It will help you do this move correctly, okay? All right, now remember what we did before with the 5-pound weight? Okay, well now I have 20 more pounds. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna bring them here and I'm gonna hold it right here, right into the chest, okay? So it's right under the collarbone, right at the chest level. I'm gonna stay wide with my hips. I'm gonna press forward, tight tummy. Breathe in, exhale, and up. Squeeze your butt. Okay, now go down and down. Take a breath. Press into the heel. Stay wide and up. Take a big breath in and exhale. Breathe in, exhale, and you're up. Squeeze your butt. Release. Woo! Breath. Here we go. Breath. Don't hold your breath with this heavier weight. Do not. Breathe in. Exhale. Push that butt back. Woo! 3 more. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. Whew. 1 or 2 more. Breathe in and exhale. Whoa. If you have a heavier weight, that should get your attention. Yes. Okay, once I put my weights in there, what do I always do? Turn the weights all the way up to as high as they can go, because you don't want any kid like grabbing them or anybody else that's in the house with you. Okay. All right, we're gonna take our body weight. We're gonna do a little recovery. I have my little pad right here in front of me. I can put my feet on, and I can just put my hands right here, and I can go sit. See that? So put your heels down. Yeah, you're reaching for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my shoulders. Elbows are soft. As I lift my butt, I'm gonna keep my elbows just a little bit soft, just a little, because I'm gonna do little pulses. See that? When you do pulses with your elbow, they need to be heading toward the chair back, not flaring. Okay, so I'm using my own body weight, giving my hands a break from gripping. Say rib cage up, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Elbows are just pulsing. See that? Just pulsing. Just a couple more. Just a couple more. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Sit your butt down. Hug yourself. Drop your shoulders. Turn your chin. Should be over one shoulder. Now go forward. Breathe in through the nose. Turn your chin. Drop your shoulders. Out through the mouth. Turn your chin. Drop your shoulders. Open your hands. Come into my W. Okay? And then out. Turn my hands into the T. Okay? Those of you who really want to do something to help your shoulders, you can sit or you can stand. Palms down. And do 10 to 20. I mean, if you can get 3 sets of 10, that's good too. See, I'm trying not to say 30. But you notice I'm not going fast. You notice I'm using my whole shoulder girdle, okay? My palms are down. My hands are very straight. My arm is very straight, okay? Say rib cage up as you're doing shoulder circles. If this is a problem for you, then you have to start down here. But your goal is to come right out at the shoulder level. Now, after we've lifted some weights, this is a great way to end, okay? So, you know, you can count. Kathy knows how many we're doing, I know. Now we're gonna turn, and we're gonna go out this way. Palm is up. Now, if you need to rest, of course, rest. Not forever, but rest. Then come back in, palm up, and do this, because what I'm trying to show you is a technique that will not only help your shoulders, but it will help your mid to upper back and cervical disc, because you're adding good alignment, and then you're adding endurance to this kind of a motion, okay? That you're able to do. So keep saying rib cage up. Keep yourself nice and extended. Just do like 3 or 4 more. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring your hands down, and then just do a little pendulum right from here. Tight tummy. See, I'm hinging from my hip here. I'm not hinging. I'm not flexing my back. I'm hinging from my hip. My toes are up, okay? I'm going to lean back. I'm going to bring one leg up at a time to my shoulder, bring her up, do some circles, just see what my range is, bring it in, bring it down, bring the other one, the rib cage up, lean back, bring that leg up as far as you can, take a big breath, bring it in and down, then you're going to come forward, okay? Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to grab my chair. I'm going to push my elbow into this knee as I look. So I'm doing a really nice, gentle turn, transverse, and I'm getting a nice stretch right through the groin by pushing here. Got that? Take a breath. Do the other side. Put that elbow in and just really pull yourself. Turn and look. Turn and look. Push against this leg. Big press, then you come back to center, and then you come up, okay? So, I tried to give you a load that was the same way to load joints that need special consideration, whether it be arthritis, osteoporosis, you know, some kind of tendinitis and stuff. You have to load gently, but you have to load. So once you're over the acute problem stage, your work just starts, because that's when you start strengthening. Hopefully, you'll be able to do that with us. Good job.